Welcome to a little run through the validation process from DQMH 5.0 to 6.0. When you install DQMH 6.0, you get a validation tool. You can also open this validation tool if you already have a project open from your menu. But in this case, we're going to run it directly from here. We have a project that was saved using DQMH 5.0, and now we're going to validate it. We get the option to either select one of the DQMH modules present on the project or validate all the DQMH modules in the project. We're going to choose to validate them all. The progress bar shows us all the tests that we're performing to make sure that the module fits with the expected characteristics for DQMH 6.0. The first one is the update module execution status. This is a broadcast. And we want to make sure that we are setting the flag of the execution status to false when we are closing the module. So we're opening the close VI, it's one of the private VIs. And when we click the fix issue, you'll see that extra code is added to set that flag to false. This ensures that any code that is registered for the module execution status updated will get their flag set to false when the module stops running. And we did the same thing for the singleton. So singleton, it's a little bit easier to see, but you see there the block diagram doesn't have that flag for the update execution status updated. We're going to click on the fix issue, and that adds our setting the flag to false. So you can see the difference there between 5.0 and 6.0. Next is error reported. This is part of a major change we did on 6.0, where we added code to show you on the status of the error reported where the error occurred. This is also going to involve extra VIs in your palette. There's now a VI to report errors that occur in the message handling loop, errors that occur on the event handling loop, and errors that occur on your helper loop. I invite you to explore the palette to see those new VIs. In this case, the fix issue creates a lot of code. That code is helping us report on the error reported broadcast on the status will include where the error originated. In the case of the message handling loop, it will indicate the case in the case structure within the message handling loop where the error originated. And in the case of the event handling loop and the helper loop, it will give you information about those loops. The fix issue does pretty much the same thing on the clonable and the singleton DQMH modules. All right, now a stop module running with singleton issue. On the stop module, we want to make sure that the stop module exits until the clonable, when it's running as a singleton, has completed its execution and it's no longer reporting its status as running. So that's the extra code we added there to make sure that we check that it's no longer reporting its status as running. And then finally, a small change. We want to make sure that the stop module executes even if there is an error. This is especially useful when you are working with hardware drivers. You don't want to leave your DQMH module accidentally running because you had an error on exit. So all this fix issue does is it disconnects the error in at the input from your code and then just merges it out at the end of the code. So this ensures that the code in stop module will execute regardless if there was an error before. And then finally, this was something that we discovered on the last validation. There was a single VI that happened to have a module ID that was not a 932. This did not really cause any issues, but just for consistency's sake, we are fixing it. So if you click the fix issue, now all your module IDs in your code will be I32. We recommend that you always rescan after validation because there are certain tests that require multiple steps through the validation tool. But once you show everything as fixed, you're good to go. Thank you.